y'all doing? Can y'all hear me okay on Facebook and YouTube? Hey, Queen. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Miss Brenda. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hey, Instagram. Hold it. Teresa's here. Hey, Teresa. We're waiting for Reverend Street. She's tracking. Thank you when she can. She'll be here shortly. So we'll chat it up. On Wednesday, so I hope I'm ready to talk about this season 2 finale. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Okay, happy Wednesday. We can give you the background. Oh, okay, all right. Background music. Okay, I can always find more. Okay, okay, all right, music. Okay, thank you. All right, there you go. Y'all can see I've been playing around with some things on StreamYard. I was like, oh, I can do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So we had a little bit of when I get up out of here. When I make it out of here, be stupid rich. Yo, speaking of when I get up out of here, or when I make it up out of here, did y'all see that that meme, the GoFundMe for for Keyshawn? Oh, y'all, Pink Posse, I love y'all. This has been a tremendous, an amazing ride. I tell y'all, y'all have been the gift that keeps on giving. Truly, truly, truly. All right. What y'all got going on today besides conscious conversations? What else is going on in y'all's world? Yes. Did you say IT or Miss Farrah, as in IT? Yes. Miss Farrah, IT. Yes. Cleveland. Always in my heart. Always in my heart. Hey, love from Philly. All right, Philly. Hey, K Blue. Is it Lash Artist? Ooh, Lash Artist. All right. Love that. Let's see who else we got. Is that Miss Alita? Miss Alita, I was just thinking about you the other day about how much I miss you. I was listening to some of the hangouts with Reverend Sherry, and I just hear your voice in there, and I was just like, I haven't seen you since our class. I miss seeing you at least once a week. I haven't seen you in probably a month now. No, my name ain't Coach's wife. It's Farrah. Jamari? No, I'm just joking. You can call me Coach's wife. I mean, I am. I'm in the process. Okay, you saw the last episode. Okay, I'm filing for divorce from Cedric. You divorcing all that money? Okay. Yes. Hey, Jamari. Hey, Diamonds and Pearls. Hey, Sue. Wanda Gort. Hey, Wanda. Yes, I will see you. Well, hopefully we'll see. We'll see how our schedules coordinate when we get to where we're going. Okay. When we get to where we're going. All right. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Queen. Oh, really? Oh, I'm so. Thank you, Queen. We don't know Coach anymore. Oh man, but oh, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure to to tell her story, and then for her story to connect with so many in the conversations we've had because of her story. That's amazing. It's amazing. And if you guys didn't get a chance to tune in to our Deconstructing Farrah on Monday, that was such a good time. Thank you for those who came and hung out with me and Mariska Phillips, my acting coach who I worked with in birthing and bringing Farrah to life. Of course, I didn't create her. The writers and stuff created her, but I was able to bring her to life. And Mariska Phillips was somewhat of my my character doula. She helped me to birth her and bring her out into the world. So we had a really great time on Monday. And she asked the question, what was the one thing that I wanted people to know from Farah. And what did I want my art to say through Farah? And that one thing was that my art matters. So I hope that with Farah, watching her story, watching just the entire show of P Valley, but specifically through Farah, I hope that you all got the point that my art matters. Your art matters. That's what I hope you got. I'd love for you guys to, I'm going to put up a poll after we get done here. And I want to know what is just one takeaway that you have from these past, what we started in episode 203. And so we had 7 episodes of Conscious Conversations. So I'm going to put up a poll, and I would love to hear one takeaway that you had from Conscious Conversations P Valley Edition. How was your life expanded, or what expanded in your mind? Did you see something differently? How did it change you or impact you? So I'll put the poll, and hopefully you'll be able to put your answers in, and then we can share them and continue to keep this space that we created open and alive and keep it going. All right. I know, Alita. Yes, this is it's the finale. Mm-hmm. Queen says, I have a newfound appreciation for acting coaches after sitting and listening to y'all's discussion on the art of acting. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So much. I'm telling you, everything, it takes a village for everything. It takes community for everything. Nobody can do anything, by themselves. You're always going to need someone. And so, yeah. And I'm not saying that you can't be independent, but know that even in that independence, there's still a community that you're in some way. Mm-hmm. So Diamonds and Pearls, so you're watching the finale right now, as in rewatching it, or watching it for the first time, or like you wrapping it up, you about to catch up with us in a second? Let's just say Bree. Oh, I see. Trying to figure out y'all's names. Okay. Oh, Brees Larry? No, I don't know if I got that right. But she says, I hope to see you again next season. First of all, I hope there is a next season, okay? Y'all have been DMing me and asking me, will Farah be back next season? Will there be a next season? We are all waiting. I don't know. I'm going to tell y'all here right now. I don't know. I'm waiting. But in the meantime, I am just so full of gratitude for all that has happened. And so I'm living in this moment of gratitude, knowing that whatever comes next will be amazing and even better, because that's what happens. That's how life is. It's always expanding good. So Reverend Cherie is logging in. But yeah, so it's going to be good. So for those of you who just met me as Farah, I hope you'll stick around and see what else is in store, because I definitely have more things to share on my journey if you want. So feel free to stick around, Shamika Chronicles. You're alive. Oh, thank you, Miss Kwa. Thank you so much. Yo, that live went on for a long time. Am I right? But we couldn't stop talking about it. We loved it. We wanted y'all to have every acting nugget you could possibly have. We shared everything. So Jasmine says she screamed when she saw that meme, girl, the way I hollered. And I had to be extra and add that murder song to it, because it just seems so apropos. Okay. When she makes it up out of there, she's going to be stupid rich. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Hey, Fifi. Good evening, my dear. Good evening. Let's see what else. Oh, have I already caught up on all the comments here on? Okay, great. Okay, I think I have. Awesome. Well, this is almost perfect timing, because Reverend Cherie is logging in right now. I'm going to click her in any second now. We all have reasons we do what we do. So is that one of your takeaways, Fifi? Is that one? Yeah, we all have reasons. Yeah. I know one thing. And also, while we're here, I just want to say a special shout out to all of our wonderful guests that came in this season of Conscious Conversations. Okay. all of our special guests who came in and filled in and shared their area of expertise and shared their gifts and skills, just the awareness of what they do with the Conscious Conversations community. Thank you all for just jumping in and sharing and holding this space. So thank you, thank you, thank you. What else? I have a previous post. What? What are you talking about, Fifi? Catching up on the last 2 episodes, Diamonds and Pearls. Y'all love Bree. She had a lot of eyes at the end of that. I seen you on the Equalizer. Oh, yay. I was so excited to work with Queen Latifah. She's amazing. She's everything and then some. So wonderful, so generous, so kind, so supportive. She's everything. She was everything. And that's why that show is doing so good. Let me tell y'all, you can tell when people are doing like the inside work, when the stuff that they're doing just keeps succeeding. That's that it factor. It's something that they're doing behind the scenes on the inside that's just like, just that's my perspective. That's my thought on it. But yeah, she's doing something right. And so, yes. Reverend Cherie, give me a thumbs up when you're ready for the camera on here. And I'll wait for you because I know. Oh, you ready? Okay, I'm bringing her in. Bring her in. Bring her in. What?
Hey, everybody.
I hear you until you get on because I have you muted for echo. So yeah, I can't hear you till you get on Instagram. Let me invite you. Y'all. Let me tell y'all, we will have more conscious conversations. So that is my plan, is to, for other shows that I do, we will have conscious conversations based on the topics in that show. But let me tell you, I keep learning more and more about all the different things I can do with technology. Like at some point, I'm gonna have like theme music to bring in.
Oh, wait a minute, that's me.
To bring in my guests. Bring her in. Bring her in. So one of your things, yeah. Once Reverend Cherie puts her.
I'm getting all the things.
Mutes her. I think your laptop or something. I'm not sure.
So are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
No, my Bluetooth turned off. Let me turn my Bluetooth back on. Hold on. All right. Oops. Did y'all lose me? Y'all lost me for a second.
Yes. Yep, I hear you. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. I can't even get this thing through on here right because I'm so excited. Hey, everybody down there looking at me. my things. Hi. Hey, Warrior. What's up? I just have been enjoying getting to know everybody and gosh, just spitting fire with us. Like this has been so amazing. This journey, this thing we've been building together. If y'all could see all the contraptions I have going on over here and how right now none of them are giving me the life I need, but God is good and all is well. Okay.
So Queen, so you said your first introduction, you thought it was Equalizer, but it was actually Pariah. How many of y'all saw Pariah? Not like y'all can really say. Y'all put some hearts in there if you saw Pariah. Give me some hearts.
Pariah was on Showtime, right?
I don't know if it was on show. It might have. It might have aired on Showtime and aired on a lot of different places. It was an indie film. It wasn't necessarily. Well, no, it was Fox Searchlight. I think. Was it Searchlight who did that? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it was on Showtime. Queen Irie B. I don't know if I get that right every week. I do it. Let's see. Yes. Oh, hey, Toyetta. Hey, Sam. Definitely saw Pariah. All right, you ready, Reverend?
I'm ready.
Okay, I was just chatting.
No, I'm so glad to be here. So here's what I did, and I didn't even mean to do it, but I went back and watched some old episodes. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't stop myself. They just kept going. I kept watching. So I kind of did a little mini binge. And I just want to invite you all to go do that too. Go do a mini binge because the show hits different when you kind of know some of the arc. Like it's just, it was even better watching it. I understood. So not to get ahead of myself because I understood some more of the plot line differently. watching them in succession that way. Even the storyline with Mercedes and Coach and Farrah, like all of that just got a little clearer watching it all again. But we can go down the list. What did you all think about the finale? Like, we're here to talk about the finale. What did you all think about the finale? Give me some comments in the chat. I want to know what you thought about it. It was so bittersweet, like, you know what I mean? Mainly because it's like we gotta wait, for the next little while, but because there will be a season 3. I'm just affirming that. Am I right?
I'm affirming it. Well, before you got here, I told them that I didn't know because everybody has been reaching out to me to ask me, like, is there going to be a season 3? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know yet. So we're all waiting. Katori spoke in an interview and said that she hasn't, not that she hasn't decided, but she says that season 2 could be a nice way to end because you can see, we leave the characters in a nice place, but that doesn't mean that there won't be a season 3, but it could go either way.
I don't think we left the characters in a nice place. I totally wholeheartedly disagree with that. So let's start with Autumn. Let's start with Autumn because if you all have been here, you know that I don't like her, right? And so I had a friend who, because of these conscious conversations, did a binge on the show and had a whole different perspective on Autumn. And he said, how could you not like Autumn? She helped everybody. Like Autumn was helping Keyshawn even back remember when she gave her the gun and was telling her about like basically trying to encourage her. I know where you are. I know where you've been. Like she was trying to help her then, and then she tried to help Mercedes, and then was trying to help Clifford, and then of course she saves the Pink, right? She hooked the Mercedes up with the money she needed, that initial money for the club. It was like all of these things as she was battling her own demons with alcoholism and the grief of her daughter, the fear of being found, and of course falling for this guy, this Mary guy, right? And so all of that, and also that she was an executive who was now a stripper.
Okay.
Like, think about that. You know what I mean? Like she was someone who suited up and went out into the world, and now to survive, she had to take all her clothes off and dance. So he gave me a different perspective of Autumn, and even at trying to get more money, and the turning point being when it looked like she was just like completely like I'm just gonna get she didn't care about the Pink. She didn't understand family the way that they did, which was I guess her undoing, so to speak, is that she didn't, being that hardcore businesswoman who was helping people, it was still like she didn't get quite the family part, But he made me like her.
Okay, good.
He made me like her.
So that shows that there's always something redeeming about people. You can always, if you look hard enough or you consider some things, you can find something redemptive about them. So that's huge. That's expansive.
Yeah. So okay, so that my autumn come to the end of Autumn, and what's her real name? Haley is
Lakeisha Savage. Which one? We don't know.
But that this was her finale, like this was her exit. So I felt like her story had an end, right? Because his wife came back, Andre's wife came back, and he made a choice to be with his wife. Right? He made a choice to be with his wife. And so she saw that. She saw that he was at that house, his wife standing by his side, and made a choice to walk away. I thought that was, it was an interesting exit. And the only thing I didn't like about it was the garbage bag. I was like, why is she walking away with a garbage bag?
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene? That was the only part that I was like out of place because she was too fierce to have the garbage bag.
Interesting. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right. El Danielle. Go ahead. El Danielle says she only helped folks so that they could owe her.
True, true,
Mm-hmm.
but she helped them,
True.
right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But she
That is
helped
him.
them. True. What do we? Okay, who do you help that's not helping yourself? That's a whole
Mm.
philosophical conversation, right? Did you do anything that's
Yeah.
selfless, or are
Mm.
you always, like it feels good to help, so now you got something out of it,
At the very least.
at the very
Absolutely.
least. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We won't go down that philosophical rabbit hole, but I think, like I said, from hating her to like,
Yeah.
okay, it helped me look at her differently.
So I watched it again because, like you said, when you watch it a second time, you get a whole different perspective and you see new things. And something new that I saw the second time was, and we'll get to Keyshawn, but this is about a question about Autumn. Did Autumn put the money in the car for Keyshawn? Remember, Keyshawn opened up the car and it had all that money there? Do we think
I think
Autumn gave her that
so.
money? And do
I
we
think
think
Autumn
that money was the
gave her
money
some
from the
starter money.
pink? Right. You think it was that money from the pink? Remember, at the end, Uncle
She
Clifford was
got
minus all
250.
that money. Well, maybe okay, good. She could have gave her some of that. True, 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 true,
She
true.
got 250. I thought it was part of that 250.
Could have been.
Um,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Danielle said she didn't do all this out of the kindness of her heart because um, she showed like the whole things over people's heads. She did Clifford and Mercedes wrong, especially Mercedes, considering she saved her life. I agree with you. I'm not saying Anna was perfect. I'm not, but she just had a redeeming quality in that there was at
Mm-hmm.
least an attempt to help people.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you don't understand family and connectedness, then you're gonna do things that look really selfish. Like if you find yourself in a space where you look around, and this is just real talk, right? And you look around and you're like, I don't really have anybody close to me. You know what I mean? That maybe some of the actions that you're taking don't build family. Like they don't, they are about isolating and taking and protecting yourself. And that might come from a place of having been hurt before. Like, when you've been hurt before, and it's like I don't want to go back and put my hand in that fire. I don't want to, so you close yourself off. So there is a for sure, she was someone who was kind of caught in her own cycle of being alone, right? Because even again, she left alone. Um, and then what is it? The reason, so Demonte said the reason why she walked away with a garbage bag is because is what it was one episode where she said a wise lady told her to never hang her clothes.
Yeah. That is
And
such a
just and
sad thing, right?
yeah, yeah.
Living in a place
But
of
she
never
but she
hanging
had
clothes.
but she was gonna be a mom again. So there is this idea that like there's a chance for her to have
Yeah.
family.
But she always
Um,
gonna have these secrets. She gonna always have this somewhere in the back of her consciousness. All
yeah,
of this, and at some point, all of this will affect her tomorrow and tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
And next tomorrow for sure, for sure. Yeah,
Yes.
so the news came out. I saw an Instagram post that the autumn character line is done. So
Mm-hmm.
that is, so we got to see her in some ways kind of come full circle. She at least
Yes.
left with something in her pocket, and she left with babies, and
Yeah. I thought it
you
was so
know,
beautiful. Oh my gosh, just thinking about it moves me. How they gave her the treatment of just like standing there and looking back and looking at us in the camera, like having a moment. Oh my gosh, I'm emotional. Just having a moment of saying, see me, and I see you. And then in a moment, someone crosses the frame and then she's gone.
she's gone.
But in
Yeah,
that moment, she said, I was here. Okay, I'm done. Don't give, I think I'm
yeah.
PMSing you guys. When I PMSing, you can just release. Okay, IJS, TMI.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
yes. Wasn't that beautiful? Anybody else feel the same way about that?
Funky G83 said Autumn lives by the motto, no strings attached. Ain't that the truth?
Okay.
Ain't that the truth? So yeah, so autumn. So
Yeah.
Keyshawn,
Okay.
sweet Lord, Keyshawn.
Jeez. Pick me up off the
And you
ground,
know,
God. Pick me
I
up,
know.
please.
So watching Keyshawn
Okay.
reminds me of, because I like to look at characters and think about myself in them. Like it's
Okay.
fun to look at it and look at it as some people, but I like to look at it like, where am I? There's a term a friend of mine uses called happening to yourself, right? Where you just,
Ooh.
like, life isn't happening to you. You keep happening to yourself. You keep making choices that get you trapped in these different situations. Keyshawn stay happening to herself, right? Like it's like you. you have this exit, and so the circumstance happens, and it's like, okay, you know, she was getting ready to leave, right? She went to do her last
Mhm.
dance, her last bit of cash, and you know, she's able to. Everybody knows she's leaving, and and now we know where she was going. She told one person where she was going, and her husband has come to get the kids because her sisters are the worst. Okay,
No, her mother, the stepmother is the
that
worst.
was her
That's
stepmother.
let's be
Yeah,
clear. That was the stepmother. Hmm.
the worst, and to let him know that the kids were there. So when she goes, and I'm gonna tell you, writers, I just want to applaud you because I couldn't think of a better situation for her to walk into where he has turned child protective services against her. Like it was, I mean, it was horrifying, mortifying, and I can't think of anything else that would have enraged her, you know, like to enrage anybody.
I want to vomit. It just turns
Yeah.
my stomach. That turn of events turns my stomach. Oh
Yeah.
God. I
Yeah.
think everybody wanted to just go like banshee all over Derek. Like, ah! And unfortunately Keyshawn did so.
That she did. She really did,
Yeah.
which does
Yeah.
not prove your case in front of child protective services.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So it was such a, you know, remember the shows had the classic cliffhangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like the
Yeah.
season finale would come and, you know, next season something great. I think Shonda Rhimes was great at the classic. It just really took that to a whole different level with her
Yeah.
cliffhangers. But I feel like Keyshawn was the big cliffhanger, especially with her telling, you know, finally asking Diamond for help, right? Um, and you said that's right. Derek is not her husband. You're right. They are not. They are married, and he made sure to let the authorities know she was a miss, not a missus. You
Mm-hmm.
are absolutely right about that. That
What
was
an
just like that
a-hole.
was the shiv in her
Ooh.
side, right? Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, and that's and so we don't, because of how she reacted, because I'm gonna give Keyshawn back her power, right?
Okay, come
She's
on.
even though she walked into that house and the worst sight imaginable was there, she still
Mm-hmm.
responded to that. She still responded to that as if she did not know. Like Keyshawn is brilliant, you know what I mean? She got played, right? I was mad at him, but I was mad at her for responding that way, for knowing that her anger was not going to help the situation.
Okay,
As much as
understand.
she was able to control herself. I mean, this dude is beating her down, and she could
Mhm.
compose herself in front of her children, but she
You know,
couldn't find that. And I'm just going. I mean, they say don't blame the victim, but I'm just saying,
oh no, no, exactly. You're not at
yeah,
all, but understand. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But you know what I love about how they told the story in that moment is how they showed what happens when you hear these other thoughts that are happening while life is happening. So
Mm-hmm.
we know that the case worker was not saying some of the things that Keyshawn was hearing, but what she was hearing was, "You're just a stripper. You guys never do right." Like all of this internal monologue was happening, adding to what was happening in reality, and that was just like those two things was a combination of like lighter fluid and fire. It was just explosive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, West Jen said, "Poor Keyshawn, wish she got out sooner." Um, Voyer said, Derek played his white card to play Keyshawn. Keyshawn did exactly what Haley told her not to do. Isn't that the truth?
Which
And she
part?
was so close. Yeah, yeah. Neck. Tell us what part you're talking about. The neek, neck. Tell us
It's
what.
a neat me.
Tell us which
Neat
part.
me.
Neek,
Yeah.
neek.
Yeah. So what did she do?
Keyshawn,
Yeah. Answer that for us.
yeah. Tell me what you. Yeah, tell me what you think she did that Keyshawn. I mean, that Haley told her not to do. Um, and is it why didn't she keep them babies at the church like before? Yeah, it is unfortunate that she would choose her stepmother to leave the babies with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you don't. I mean, I don't know. Like that's just. I wouldn't think that this woman would turn over those children to somebody that she knew was abusive to her. Like that was unconscionable. Like I can't even see the reasoning unless I can make up the part of the story we don't know, which is that maybe they didn't, beyond that first beat down, maybe they didn't know that it was still happening. But I don't know. That part was
Well,
oh,
the
she said
sister was
it.
the sister was looking away, like she was kind of like sad and crying because she knew that the stepmother was doing something vindictive or spiteful. She had a look on her face,
Yeah.
so it seemed like she
Yeah.
was very intentional about that. Um, yeah, but before that moment, it was just so beautiful seeing her have the moment with Lil Murder, with Lamarcus, you know, them saying we'll keep each other's secrets, and just her
Hmm. Hmm.
doing her goodbyes. But unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah.
And showing love to Mercedes. It's like
Yeah.
I like I like that she was able to come back to the pink, right? Because again, watching some of the episodes before, you can see Uncle Clifford forgiving her,
Mm-hmm.
because at first it was just being angry that she had, that she was, pulled the gun on Diamond, and all of them wanted her to get out of that relationship. But he was watching her on Instagram, and he was hating, and then he was like, "But look at her." You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But look at her. She's doing good. And for
Mm-hmm.
her to come back into the club and then, kind of get back into the love, back into the family of it all. Like, I thought that
Yeah.
was powerful. I had a feeling though she wasn't going anywhere.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling that she wasn't going to go anywhere. I didn't think things were going to end the way that they did, but I just had a feeling
Mm-hmm.
that it was once I felt like she was taking too long to leave. You know what I mean? Like, this was like, get your money, get out, hurry up.
Yeah. I can see that.
Um,
I can see that.
yeah, yeah. Miss Qua said, when you're fed up, it's hard to control your emotions. You're right about that. I mean, I just, again, if I could have, when I think about it, I'm thinking about myself. I'm not thinking about this character. I'm thinking about when do I look back on a moment and say, why didn't you be more of who you really are in that moment? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
my emotions don't run me. My emotions don't rule me, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I can't. When I allow them to have power over me, I'm susceptible to what comes from that, right? So, but I
Mm.
know that I've had that wisdom. I know that about my experience,
Mm-hmm.
but still, you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I was. It's in some ways not about Keyshawn. It's about my emotional
Mm-hmm.
reactions that get
Mm-hmm.
me trapped into a situation when I was seeing my freedom. Um,
Yeah, that's something that that's something that we all could take away from that, seeing that play out for her. Keep that in mind for our own lives. Miss Alita said, "Wrong reaction and wrong actions." You know,
mhm,
like
mhm.
the five things. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right,
Yeah.
Reverend Cherie? I don't know all of the attribute thingies, but yeah, I know what you're talking about, Miss Alita.
Robin, is it still bad? She said, check my mic. Is it still bad?
Oh, really? Because I can hear you okay on Instagram. Queen says it was
Yeah.
so heartbreaking that Keyshawn thought Uncle Clifford didn't want no parts of her when she's been that fairy godmother to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hmm. Should we talk about Uncle Clifford? Oh wait, did what's going on?
Sound right. Let me see if I can get this sound better. Okay. Okay. You guys on IG, let me know
No,
if
you
that got
turned
any
off
better.
your mic. Okay, now you're back.
Took it out my, yeah, I took it out my headset. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. How about you guys on here?
Feedback.
Hmm. What? Oh yeah, give us feedback now.
I'm hearing a little feedback too. Um, sorry guys. I know sound issues can be really hard to listen through. So let me try to um okay, talk again, Shamika.
I'm talking. Is your computer muted?
My computer
So
is
Miss Glenda
muted.
says there's an echo on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm completely muted on YouTube. Okay, wait a minute. Or I know something. Maybe let me do this. No, that's muted
Queen
too.
says that they can hear no feedback. From this
Okay.
point, talk up. From this point right here, how's it going? Go ahead and speak up.
Okay, so I'm talking. This is me talking. So we can hear you much better. Okay, well, I'm gonna cross my fingers for much better. And I'll stay off my headset. I'll just talk through the speakerphone. Let me know if there's any issue with that. All right, thank you, everybody. Um, okay, so
Uncle Cliff.
So Uncle Clifford. So thank God grandmother made it.
They set us up. I was like, y'all, no, y'all did not. No,
Yeah.
y'all did not. Oh, and thank God they didn't.
I
Right.
know when he was crying, I was like, come on. You gotta spare grandmother. Like that's all he got. Like and honestly, I watch back, right? Because I was so obsessed with Uncle Clifford's relationship with Lil Murder
Mm-hmm.
that I honestly wasn't like peeping how much he loved his grandmother. Like I just what she did for her, like making sure she took her insulin and making sure she ate. They were so sassy back and forth with one another. But watching it again, I'm like, Uncle Clifford loves her grandmother. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just that so then the grief started to hit different. When he was that she was apart from him and that he was so obsessed with her well-being and so her party was hilarious to me. That she got out, felt better, and went and found that young African guy.
Uganda.
But is he from Uganda? That's where he is from.
I think that's
His
where,
name was
yeah.
his name was Godfrey, I think.
Was it Godfrey? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Wait a minute. Okay, so Uncle Clifford. Let's. I just want to talk about grandmother. Thankful that she was all right. But that love moment. So throughout this, again, this is the watch back. So this might be a little bit of a recap. Throughout this, Lil Murder's issue is that his love for Uncle Clifford was so strong that he wanted it to be in the light. And even in the beginning, he was like, are we just going to be in the dark? Like that was the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Clifford was trying to protect him, like, no, like you don't want this all out in the light. Like you got things that you're trying to do.
Okay.
And so at the end, for him to, when he's at a space where his music is breaking through, like he's hitting that next level, to want to be real in love was just so powerful. It was so powerful. Diamonds and Pearls says Uncle Clifford got his man. Um, and they dance to the Love ballad. That song is so beautiful. I agree. I agree. Um, wait a minute,
Hey,
I'm just checking
Kiana.
out.
So she's asking, and I just realized why it's echoing. It's because since I'm not in your ear, it's playing out loud. So it's picking up my voice on your computer as well. So it has to be in your ear or else it's going to echo. So you have to
Okay,
talk into
okay,
your thingies. Mm-hmm.
okay.
Hey, Kiana. Hey, Soror. I think she's fully blind. I think she's fully blind because like she could only smell and hear people. Like her senses were strong. So yeah, 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 legally blind. That's what Queen says. What? What are you
No,
laughing at?
I'm laughing. Diamonds and Pearls says Autumn can kick rocks. Yeah. It's so Uncle Clifford's love moment, right? Like that's why I know there has to be a season 3. Like we can't just end with them having a public moment, right? We got to see after that. We got to see what that does for little Murder, what that does for Uncle Clifford, because this is a vulnerable place.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's a vulnerable place. Um, yeah, I agree. That was a powerful moment for you, where that moment when Lil Murder was looking in the mirror, seeing multiple versions of himself. He made a choice to
Mm-hmm.
be his true self. That was powerful. That mirror scene was really powerful. And
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's like to me that's the moment we all have. Like it's the come to yourself moment, where you at some point we have all of these masks that we're wearing for all these different parts of our lives. And when your life starts to fall apart, it's usually because you can't keep the juggle of the mask up anymore, right?
Woo, that's a word.
I can't keep showing and pretending myself through this relationship. And he just finally dropped those masks. Like I just it's such a bold, and did the boldest thing that he could do, which is love who he loved out loud.
Okay, but I was
To
really
love
scared.
who he loved out loud.
I
Hmm?
was so scared when he took out his grills, and then and then he went out there on that stage. I was like, "Don't do it! No, 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 no,
I
no!"
thought
I
it
was
was a
so afraid.
dream. I thought it was a dream.
Right.
I thought it was a dream.
I was like, "Don't do it! Please don't do it!" But then he went, extra hard with the acapella. I was like, and now you, I was just the tension at that moment was just so huge.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's
Mm-hmm.
rapping all reckless to what's his name? What's his name with the ankle bracelet?
Maine?
Maine. Yeah, he was all extra reckless to Maine, like 7 pounds of pressure. I put him in. Yeah, I'll kill you too. I'm not gonna be a rapper, y'all, ever. I know. You never know. But I was like, you real reckless right now, Lamarcus.
Wait a minute, diapers and pearls. Who's still fine? You talking about Little Murder? Wouldn't that fly with his I thought Maine was gonna shoot him. That scene was so tense. Like with the okay, let me go back. Let me go back a little bit
Okay.
just and talk about so Uncle Clifford. We
Mhm.
see his arc. We know that right now he's winning. He's got love, he's got his club, right? He has, I mean, but even though all of his all of his family is moving on in different ways, he has his grandmother. Like Uncle Clifford was winning. Like she won the season.
Yeah.
Little Murder. So Little Murder is a murderer, right? Killed this dude, and his people have come back, right? And so there's all that tension in the audience as he's looking death in the face. And the
Mm.
only thing that I can think about is maybe there's not a lot of fear because people were patted down and their weapons were taken away, but it's still just, I was afraid it was going to be like another murder night, where they just let
Every,
loose in the club that way.
every time Lamarcus and them get on stage, it is violence.
Violence ensues.
Right?
Um,
I don't want
yeah,
peace. Okay.
I know. I just I was thinking about that piece, and what was most confusing in the moment, and then I had to, like I said, I had to peep this part again, was how Diamond got in the trunk. Like, how do we
Oh, we
go
going
from,
there?
yeah, I want to go Diamond in the trunk. Let's
Go there.
put
Go.
Diamond in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
So we see that Diamond and the kiss between Keyshawn and Diamond, which I don't know about you, but I was like, yes to that, right? Like, you know, I guess it's the 8-year-old girl to me. Like, let him rescue
Right.
her, right?
Right.
I want
Okay.
her to be
I
her
was
own
like,
rescue, but
no.
let Diamond rescue you. That's all right too.
Okay.
And so he pushes back from that, right? Like he pushes back from that, but our girl sees him,
Right.
right? She sees that. What is her name?
Big
Big
Bone.
Bone,
Big Bone.
right? So Big
Mm-hmm.
Bone sees her,
Shout out
sees
to
the kiss.
Miracle. Mm-hmm.
So did you all think that? I thought Big Bone was coming for Keyshawn
Absolutely.
out of jealousy or something. I did
That's
not
what I
see Big
thought.
Bone doing the ultimate, like she was there for Montavious.
Okay, let me tell you, I didn't find that out till I read an article. Okay, I had to read an article, and maybe it was a tweet that Katori put up, and I was like, because when she said the general, I thought she was talking about the guy that Lamarcus killed, and so, but to find out it was for Montavious, I was just like,
It
these
started to
rappers,
all make
y'all
sense
be,
then.
oh
So
my
when she
gosh,
saw that
right,
ring, it was, that's the ring for their gang. Why do you
mm-hmm.
have that here? Like she was getting all this intel. And then
Whew.
when we saw those pictures, because I told you, I said she had his ring in her hand. And I'm thinking it's like, oh, now we're letting out the hoodoo, right? You took
Right,
out the spirit protection.
mm-mm-mm.
So when they had, that was the most shocking moment. She
So
had, she said she
shocking.
had an agenda the whole time. She had an
And
agenda the whole time.
some people had said that they didn't trust her, but I didn't feel like I didn't trust her. She seemed cool, but some people who have been watching it were like, we don't trust her, and apparently they were correct. Which
It
I
wasn't that
thought
I
that
didn't
was good.
trust her. I just thought that
Mhm.
she was going to do so. Honestly, I thought that the danger was between her and Keyshawn, like that
Exactly.
she wanted
Hmm.
Diamond,
Yeah.
and that was like that was a threat, that she was a threat to her.
Hmm.
But that was not the storyline.
Queen.
No,
So
so
Queen, you're one of the ones who said that you knew this. You said you couldn't believe that Diamond didn't detect that. Well, let me tell you, I didn't detect it either. So I can see how Diamond didn't detect it. Queen, you
not one
good.
little bit. Yeah, I
Hmm.
one little bit. I didn't see that one coming anyway. So it was this. It was definitely like, I really wanted. He was getting ready to go and take care of Derek. I really wanted to see that happen. I wanted him on the road to go do that. I wanted that to be the cliffhanger. But now we got to see what happens with Diamond. Is he going to make it out the trunk? Is he going to make it out
Mm.
the trunk? Is the question. We know for sure Keyshawn can't rescue him because she's in jail.
And we know that while he's in that trunk, he's having flashbacks, PTSD from war. And I thought that was a really lovely flourish, a touch, a
Mhm.
reminder about his character. That was really
Yeah.
wonderful. Hmm.
But maybe that's also a foreshadowing that he will use his military know-how
Mm.
to get
Yes,
out
like
of
Chuck
said trunk.
Norris. Yes, yes, he will Chuck Norris
I
his
don't
way out of
know.
that trunk.
I don't know. I
Hmm.
know, but that was so shocking. Like that was like of all that happened in the episode, I think that was
Yeah,
probably the it took my breath away a little bit. Like because
absolutely.
I was still so heartbroken over Keyshawn's outcome.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
wanted her to get some kind of redemption. And I'm like, okay, fine. I wanted her to be her own rescue, but fine, let Diamond rescue her. I was always willing for that. And but no, no rescue for Keyshawn. She got to figure her way out of this one too.
Diamonds
Diamond
and
and
Pearls
Keyshawn
said,
were failed this season. I am with you, Star Chanel. I am with you. They were failed. Oh my gosh. I thought for sure they were gonna end up together this season. And that Big Bone,
mm.
this was my prediction. They were
What?
going to be together, and
Uh
Big
huh.
Bone was going to be hot and was going to try to come after Keyshawn. That was my prediction for
Mm.
that relationship. Didn't
Yeah.
happen. Didn't
That's not the
happen.
way of
Didn't
Peak
happen.
Valley. It's always deeper in Peak Valley. It ain't gonna be that easy. Mm-mm. Diamonds and Pearls said that Big Bone can also kick rocks, and I'll add in a pair of Birkenstocks. Kick rocks in a pair of Birkenstocks. That's free. You can take that. All right,
How
all
did
right.
Big Bone know karate?
She's a general.
but
Well, not
but
a
let me
general,
tell you,
but
because I know
what?
you guys are going to go back and watch this, and
Uh-huh.
for the things I missed, it was the watch over that helped me. Like it helped me to understand that Montavious was in a gang, and so I started hearing more and watching, and I didn't watch them all over again, but the whole gang faction thing is a big deal in this show. The gang
Mhm.
that Lil Murder belongs to, the gang
Mhm.
that Montavious belonged to, that other gang that Lil Murder shot up the guy, and I can't remember the name of that gang. And then the Pink, right? Like there are all
Yeah.
these different families that are ride or die for each other,
Yeah.
that just kind of like started to emerge. Again, as I was watching again, I missed, I guess I just wasn't interested in it and all that gang stuff. But now I see, like again, how that was such a critical piece to that last scene.
Mhm.
Um, she said on Twitter.
Yes.
On Twitter, they said they're gonna beat up they're gonna beat up Derek on site. I mean, he better not show himself at anything.
That's right.
At anything. That actor better go and just hide himself. Don't ever wear his hair long. Don't wear that
Just shave
beard.
it all off, all of it. Just new
Yes.
identity, witness
Yes.
protection, actor protection.
So I Danielle said, I say Duffy, Big L, and Wody will go find them. I
Funky
I
G said the same thing. Season 3, Funky
yeah,
G. Hmm.
I'm concerned about Diamond. I'm gonna be thinking about him until season 3 premieres. I'm gonna be thinking about him.
Mm,
Yeah, the
mm.
PTSD is real. The PTSD is real. And but again, we don't know what this triggered in him, right? Because the trigger could be the rescue.
Mm.
You know, I'm gonna hold out for that.
Kiana said that Keyshawn should have called Wody to take care of Derek. Wody, you got some more, okay, no, I'm really not for poisoning people, but if one were to be for it, figure out a way
In
to get
one
some.
word too.
Wody, help us out. Help us out, Wody.
So let's talk. Okay, let's go. I saved the best for last, right?
Okay.
Wait a minute. What's this? Queen says what's really ominous is the fact that Diamond isn't their lieutenant killer, and they may figure that out. It's kind of forgettable that it's Mercedes, right? I'm starting to worry about Mercedes now, because Mercedes is the one who killed him, not Diamond.
Oh right. I just thought about that. Well, yeah, I thought. Okay,
Diamond
yeah.
wasn't even in the room.
Right.
He wasn't even in the room. I thought, again, on the watch back, I thought Diamond was in there, but no, he had just been tussling with Derek, and he came right after the shots were fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen, nice.
So Mercedes. So Mercedes. What I thought was very. Wait a minute, can we talk about Mercedes before talking about her mama? Y'all tell me which one should we?
Listen, y'all want to do Pastor Bishop?
Pastor
I mean, no,
Woodbine.
Mayor Bishop. Should we do Mayor Bishop?
Mayor Bishop. Oh.
Or okay. I don't even know. Where are we going, y'all? Just where y'all want to go? Let's do it. I don't know. It's a lot, y'all.
You know what? There's something that is highly. First, she's entertaining, but I just and she makes me want to murder her. But she is also the best.
I just root for her in like my deep secret way. But I said, Shamika, duh, she's gonna win because this is P Valley. When you think about this show, it's all about sheroes. I don't know how I kind of forgot that, and I didn't think that she would win. But of course she wins.
I hadn't thought about her winning for sure. I thought that the triangle was going to be that that Andre was going to win, and Autumn had twins, and then his wife. Like, I thought that was going to be the story. Like, I didn't know that. I didn't think Patrice was going to win. Yeah. I love the way that they did that though, where he was getting the call from her.
Brilliant.
To here's the, and listen, that fed into my like Autumn's not the worst. Because he just called. He's standing there with his wife, and she's still looking out for him.
Keep your head up.
I'm telling you, Autumn redeemed herself for me. Queen said, Mayor Bishop, I love to hate Patrice. I love to hate her, but there's something about her. I don't know if you've ever met somebody, or if you're that somebody that is so committed to their version of the story, their version of life, who they are and how they're walking, that it's like she's so convinced that she is answering her call, that nothing like that, and that everything about her life is about this right now. Like, you typically will see people, specifically ministers, right, who get the call after they done had a raised hell all life, right? They get the call and they leave that life behind them.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, I used to be that way, but I'm not that way anymore. But Pastor Woodbine keeps bringing it into her present, like, you know what I mean? It's something about that that's just interesting to me. I don't know why, but it's just like it's like, I'm not going to abandon my pulpit because y'all made me mayor. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to abandon, being mayor because I got the pulpit. Call me Mayor Bishop. She's like promoted herself twice. She's not Pastor Woodbine anymore. She said Mayor Bishop. She has named herself Bishop. So it is so bad. Evangelical.
I didn't catch that. I love how they had the moment of her in the office and her in the chair and her falling over. Like, P Valley has a way of adding these little moments of just like humor that that can just tickle us. And I thought that
like she's still out of place. Great. This office exactly. What is she going to do as the mayor? She's going to figure it out. But it was very, very interesting. I agree that so that's such a beautiful scene where, like I said, love to hate Patrice, but love to love her too, is in this, she helps her daughter get reunited with her granddaughter. Like, I thought that was really powerful. And And to see the full circle of
Mm,
Mercedes and Terica, from Terica
yeah.
feeling not wanted, and and one of the things, I don't know if anybody has ever not believed that you love them, and you keep trying to tell them that you love them, and they say that they don't believe that you love them. And so if you keep pushing out love and someone's rejecting you because they're like, you don't really love me, um you can start to pull back. And so what Terica said in one of the earlier episodes was like, why didn't you, you were 15 when you had me, but you haven't always been 15. Why didn't you come back for me? Right.
Yeah.
And she didn't really have an answer for that. Like, they wouldn't give you back to me. I was a stripper. They wouldn't. But it was like, it is that, how do I bridge the gap? Like, how do I redeem myself? You don't think I love you. And so to watch their relationship build over the course of the season, where you can see that her consistent, persistent, loud, show up love
Mhm.
helped her daughter to see that she was really loved and appreciated. Like, that was really sweet to me. And then when she embraced her that way, like, finally, like, that hug felt like finally. I was so moved by that, and that her mother was able to, that her mother orchestrated it, because Mayor Bishop is just you just can't put your thumb on her. You know what I mean? You can't put your thumb on her. I don't know. Like I said, two characters I couldn't. I mean, Pastor Woodbine got under my nerves. I can't believe how she treated her daughter. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that she became mayor. I couldn't believe it. But her run for mayor was the realest thing I had ever seen. Like, I'm not hiding myself.
She holds so that others can fly.
I hold so others can fly.
Mhm.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And so
Hey,
you, it, I,
yeah.
I get how she's connecting with these people who are like, she's not pretending to be something else. I don't
And
know.
there's something to be said about the appearance of transparency. The appearance.
Hmm.
Hey, it's mostly me says that redemption means facing your truth, and Mayor Bishop hasn't done that yet. What I noticed was that when she was making the case for forgiving Shell, there was a moment in that speech where she was kind of asking for forgiveness for herself. I noticed it was like a very short moment, and then she went back to making it about Shell. So, yeah.
I Alita said I'm giving her too much credit, right? It's about that power. I am not. So here's the thing about me, right? That I believe that we're all unfolding, right? We're all on this path
Mm.
unfolding, and sometimes we won't give ourselves credit for. I may have been able to redeem one part of myself, but I got to go back still and do some forgiveness, some inner work to redeem the rest of me. But
Mm.
I'm championing the redemption of, she did right by her daughter this time, right? I don't know what power is going to move her to do next, right? But this time she did the best thing she could do for her daughter. The taking her space, the place that she had, all of that, horrible. But she gave her back her daughter in a way that she could, at a time that she could, and she didn't have to. Like, that I thought was, because she could have definitely taken her and just toyed with Mercedes. Like,
Mm.
we see that she's not a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Uh, and so, and I buy that. So the redemption isn't a full redemption. She's redeemed herself in my eyes, and that there's something good. There's some good in this woman. Like, there's something good in her. I started looking for the good, and I finally found something.
Mhm.
Next, I'm not giving Mayor Bishop that much grace. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I give grace a lot, though. I'm real generous that way. Um, yes, wait a minute. She said about Keyshawn's stepmother. Oh, we coming back to stepmother. We coming back to Keyshawn. I saw that comment. K Blue. I saw that. We're coming back to Keyshawn again. Um, Wait a minute. He Valley was beautiful. People don't like to admit it, but the show was so beautifully created. Who knew I would love a show deeply like this? I am with
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
I am with you. Mayor Bishop won me over giving Mercedes Terica. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Queen Irie says, Mayor Bishop said, Chuck Elisa know these knees. The writers, y'all. So this episode was written by Katori and directed by Katori. Yeah, yeah, amazing.
It was a swirl. It was a
Yeah.
whole lot. It was a whole lot. Kiana said, I like the glimpses of softness and hope that occur between Patrice and Mercedes. Regardless of age, most kids always desire the love of their parents. And you know what? And I just let me give you some perspective on why I'm giving Mayor Bishop so much love. Because I had just seen the episode when Mercedes was banging on that door asking her
Uh,
mom to let her in when she had fallen off the pole and she was at her low point and she was sitting in front of her building, now her mother's church. And she had and her mother came up and whispered that, like, she's like, I need you. And she was like, but you said I'm dead to you. Like, I would help you, but I'm dead to you. And I was just like, this woman is the worst. And so I saw her, and then to see her in that next life. So that's why I'm team Mayor Bishop right now. I had just seen that episode. That was the last one I saw. So I agree. Those glimpses of softness and hope between the two of them. I mean, this is her mom. And I don't know, my relationship with my mother is in no way as complicated and prickly as their relationship. But I know when you look at mother-daughter relationships, they all got a little something. They all got a little something that's just unique for that relationship. And so I think that grit that she got from her mother, like, her mother taught her game. Her mother taught her how to stand and how to move and how to survive. And it for whatever you think about it,
right.
right? She did. And
I'm so
Mercedes is using it for her advantage, huh?
right. I'm sorry. I just have this line in my head. Like, it's the way that Mercedes and her mom, how they talk to each other. They really be
Right.
jabbing at each
It's the
other.
word.
She said, "Well, if this is a dance school for girls, what you doing with this pole in here?" And then Mercedes was, so that you can work on your pole routine that she had the other. Like, her clap back was classic, so classic that I can't even do it verbatim because I'm corny. But it was
No,
just
but
classic.
that was hot though. Like her mother
Yes,
inspired her the new purpose for her studio, which is, I'm
exactly.
gonna do pole dancing for adults like you who need it.
Right.
Because these kids don't need my twerk lessons. But you on that pole inspired me for a new
Right.
vision of life.
Oh my goodness. Or was it Farah that inspired her to put that pole in there? Okay, I just picked myself
Well,
up.
I mean, so
Okay.
I think this is
Okay, it
let's
probably
talk fair.
wasn't.
'Cause
Now let's just
I
determine the
my
fair.
regret is that they didn't get an in-person goodbye, right? Like, that
Yeah.
their moment couldn't have been in person because watching the two of them together, you can see that they lit each other up. You could see that they just started to become more of themselves around each other.
Mhm.
And maybe it is because everything is transactional with Pastor Woodbine that Mercedes looks at relationships sometimes as being transactional too. And it's kind of like, you got what you needed to get, I got what I needed to get, and so this is over.
Mhm.
But when you see them together, it is clear that there is something, like, I don't know if you've ever been around somebody that wakes you up that way, that, and not in a, it wasn't even always sexual. It was just a light that would come on as they talk to each other.
Yeah.
And so it was a nice, it was a sweet goodbye, but I would have loved to have
Yeah.
seen them together,
Mm.
kind of going their separate ways. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love the. I mean, 'cause I say it in jest, like, was it Farah? But I think about it in a way, it helped her to really realize that the work that she was doing on that pole, that it was art. And I loved how she had that neon sign that says it art, you know? And now she has the big old piece of art of her, on the pole in there. So I feel like a little bit I kind of helped her say, also, this is art and you can teach it as well. I don't know.
For sure, for sure. No, no, no. I buy that. I buy that. I
Buy it?
totally buy
Okay, great.
that. I
Sold.
do. I do.
Okay.
Because maybe it's looking at the pictures that she chose to put up there, right? That
Right.
it is,
Yeah.
she just sees herself differently. That's really what it boiled down to. Like, if you can
Yeah.
end a relationship and the person sees themselves in a better light. Like that's why we passed by one another, right? Like,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know if you've ever been in a relationship where you feel less than when you're out of it. Like it's like that person, it feels like that person took some part of you away. That's not how we're supposed to part one another. You know, that's not the purpose of us coming together, and our parting shouldn't be that way either. Like if you can set the intention that in my relationships everybody is blessed and shines, like,
Mhm.
you know, I love to see my exes doing well. You know what I mean? Like that means that, listen, being involved with me makes life better, makes life better. and
Absolutely.
and, and, and
You're
we
welcome.
you're you're welcome.
Thank me for my service. Mhm.
You are so welcome. It's over. It's really over. But you're welcome. But
In
you're
so many
welcome.
ways, you're
So,
welcome.
yeah. I like I said, I love that they both blossomed in different ways
Yeah,
and got something. They got something out of their interaction together that
absolutely.
had nothing to do with Coach. Like Coach was minus out of the equation for
Yeah.
both of them.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
I love
yeah.
seeing Farah doing what she's going to do next, like how her story continues. We didn't just see her like, here's the gallery, but she's also going to continue in her photography. And she was being
Mhm.
her best self, living her best life at that moment. So I love that. But yeah, I would love to see them,
But
I
she
don't
could have at
know.
all times. Like, is
Yeah,
it
right.
like Sarah? Sometimes you can see people, the obstacles in people's way, right? You
Ooh.
can see that, oh, they didn't have this or whatever, but she had all advantage in front of her. When you don't see yourself, when you don't recognize who you are, that is the obstacle. That is the thing. And it's frustrating when when you're engaged with somebody who doesn't see themselves. And the best thing you can do for someone in that situation is just to show them the mirror. Like I can just show you the mirror. If you can see yourself, if you can see, like all that I can do is continue to see you for who you really are. Like that's, like I said, that magic that I think that it was Boyer who said they illuminated each other. They were luminaries for each other.
Mm, mm.
But you can
I,
be that in all of your interactions with people. Sometimes I walk in a room like I'm just getting ready to bless everybody in here. I stand in the checkout line and I'm beaming light at everybody. Like whatever's going on concerning you, just healed, whole. Oh, come on over here. Like just like I'm raising your energy right now. I'm just beaming light at you because we can do that for when you have that power to do that.
to set that intention. Hmm.
Yes, 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 yes. So the two connected. This is Miss Quasi. The two connected. And I felt like the show just left us hanging on that storyline. Say word.
But
Like I'm
I'll be
saying, it could have
seeing
been
you,
more. That's why I
Mercedes.
said, yes, that's right. Hey, hey.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Let's see.
Like I can see a whole storyline unfolding. I'm not a writer though, but I can see it. So hopefully,
Oh, I could
someone else
totally
is
see
seeing
season 3.
this vision too. Like I have ideas.
Listen, I'm seeing ideas come up in this chat for the season 3 arc.
Okay,
With
type
Sarah
them in.
Mercedes.
Okay, speak it.
See it all in there. Farrah got freed up out of that jail. I mean, here's the thing, Shamika, aka the artist that plays Farrah. You got bigger things going on, right? Like Farrah is a step. You don't want to live on a step.
That was a
So
shout right back.
we gonna bless the character Farrah on her way because Shamika got things to do, roles to
Okay, y'all.
play, needs to have.
I have to breathe on that. Okay. Whew.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Hmm. Your step. You don't want to live on your steps.
Ooh.
Farrah and Mercedes were both mirrors for each other. They needed to see themselves from each other's point of view. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This show is very inspiring. Blank Canvas said, this show is very inspiring considering I'm a dancer. People don't really understand what goes into it. Mm-hmm. 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 The power of women. The power of women. You said that's a whole thing right there. That's a statement, a question, an exclamation point. It's all of that. The power of women.
That was
Um,
Katori's intention to show you the she rose that she saw when she went to the club. You got it. You got it.
so I know some of y'all don't like roulette.
Mm.
That roulette's not your favorite. But how Roulette turned into this pimp? Like, I was like, Roulette is a hardcore pimp right now.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, you guys, I don't know if you've gotten to know me a little bit over the time we spent together, but I do look at life from the sunny side, from the high side, from a loving side. I thought that Roulette was taking care of Whisper. I did not know that she was pimping her. I didn't know
See,
she
and
was
that,
pimping her. It didn't occur to me. And so when I don't know Uncle Clifford's friend's name, the one who does the floss for them,
Nivea.
Nivea. So
Yeah, Nivea.
Nivea, little piece of history, and if you haven't watched the show again, Nivea was at Uncle Clifford's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
She talked to Nivea, and Nivea didn't have
Nineveh.
anything.
Nineveh. I think it's Nineveh or
Nineveh.
Nivea. Nineveh. One of those. I'm so sorry. I'm so
It's
sorry.
Nineveh because
Go
it's
ahead,
heaven
Elise.
backwards. That name is heaven backwards, I think.
Is it Nineveh? Okay.
Um,
Sorry. All right. Somebody. But go ahead. I'm
Nevea.
sorry.
Well, maybe it's not.
Nevaeh.
I think Nevea is
Okay.
heaven backwards.
I am
But
going to
at
be
any
doing
rate,
that. Yes.
at any rate, she was brought her into the pink to heal because she was acknowledging that you out in these streets getting arrested for solicitation,
Mm-hmm.
and brought her into the pink. So I was just shocked to see now she's seeking out Roulette for some extra work on the side.
Yeah,
Nineveh.
everybody's complex.
Nineveh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Pink Posse. Thanks for that.
Yeah,
Everybody's
that's
complex.
right.
And aren't we
Yep,
all
yep.
complex?
Nineveh was in jail for soliciting in season 1. Yep.
That's right. Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yep.
Good catch. Got it.
I definitely, like I said, look at me. I was definitely just L7 on that one. I thought that she was being friendly. I didn't know that she was pimping a girl. And so we clearly see that Roulette's not going away. Roulette will be a part of season 3 for sure. Um, Wait a minute. So Teresa says first the poll was Coach's desire fantasy. Then Mercedes hopes for her dream. Next, Farrah and Mercedes joined their art. Ultimately, the poll gave Farrah and Mercedes their dreams. Mercedes was Farrah's muse. Yeah. It ended with Farrah being Mercedes' muse. I love that. Yes,
Full
yes, yes.
circle. Come on,
That
Teresa.
is.
Come on, sis.
And then, but I would just say that Coach was like her rescue. You know what I mean? Like that deal was to me it was demeaning for her. Like it was kind of if there's a scene where she's sitting there and she doesn't know what to do. Like she didn't have enough money. She got the money, half of the money from Autumn,
Mm-hmm.
but still needed that other 10. And she had to call Coach. So Coach was a desperate choice.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you look back on your story sometime and you think about your desperate choices,
Ooh.
and maybe there is a Farrah that's on the other side of it. Like maybe there is the reason for that choice on the other side. Maybe don't judge yourself so much, and look at your story a little differently. That was really what happened, is that wasn't like a power choice. That was a desperate choice.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, I don't know, and then so she tried to have some power in it. You got to tell your wife, I need your wife to be there. Like that was her way of trying to own some of the experience and have, like she said, some integrity about this thing,
Mm-hmm.
because the agreement by itself was against what she wanted. Mm-hmm. Queen said, I hate Coach. Both of them coaches. I hate old Coach from season 1 and I hate Coach for season 2. She didn't turn. Oh, so what Fee said that Roulette, she didn't turn to the pimp. That's her life. She was taught by her deceased brothers to survive the streets. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can we just say that Gail, I've read, was filming 2 shows at one time? Just a little just putting that in there really
Which
quick.
actress is
She
that?
was Gail Roulette. She was
Oh, okay.
filming P Valley and Snowfall, playing 2 different characters, very, very different characters. One is a drug addict, and the other is a pimp. Come on, Gail. Come on. All right, we're back.
Yeah, God, listen, shout out to just from a perspective. So I think let us know if we didn't hit a storyline that you want to talk
We
about.
have to
I
talk
know
about
that
Mercedes. We must talk about Mercedes. We must. We haven't really talked about, well, we kind of talked about her, but I want to talk about her some more, about
mhm.
how her performance in the beginning, the whole dance routine, her coming back out, getting on the pole, facing her fears, and just slaying, walking away with bags upon bags of money. How about that backflip off of the pole into the splits? Goodbye. Goodbye. Hello.
I mean, I won't lie. I look at
What?
the dance scenes and I just like, oh man, no, that's a continuous move. Like that wasn't a cut. That wasn't like a trick. Like the strength of these women, the grace,
Yeah.
doing these things that are physically challenged but still graceful in the execution of it. It's something
Yeah.
else. It was
Hmm.
something else.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I if we were looking at like whose story is this, it would for sure. If I was
Mm.
gonna say who are the true leads of the show, and I would say that Uncle Clifford is a lead, and then I would say it's Mercedes in terms of their journey together, and and so watching her win at the end, like I can see why Katori might say this is the end of the show because they both had a win, like they both ended on a win.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, but but you just can't. I forgot about that backflip over Murder's head. I forgot about that.
I had to watch it. Rewind, rewind. Absolutely. And did you see? I saw on Instagram where Brandy was actually practicing the move. So you saw her practicing it, and then I went and watched it in the show. So go over to Brandy's Instagram. You'll see it, and then go back and watch it. Let me just say,
Oh
Brandy's
wow.
commitment to the character, to the show, is inspiring. Absolutely inspiring. The level of work that she puts in, her body and her soul, she poured into this role. And so I think the fact that so many people relate to her and love her, like I said in the beginning, when you see people that are really moving you and impacting you in a deep way, it's because they're doing something, I think, on the inside or in their personal life that is
Mhm.
coming out in their work. And I think it's a part of that work ethic that Brandy has, and she just has a beautiful heart and a beautiful spirit where she wants everybody to win. She lets her light shine. She is that person that when she's with someone, she wants you to shine. She wants you to do
Mhm.
well, you know. And so, just I love her. I love her. And I think it's been so great to see her journey and to really see her from the beginning of this season struggling and just seeing her losing and then seeing
Oh,
her win. When
yeah.
Terica walked in, did anybody else get all teary eyed when she
Mhm.
hugged Terica? I'm
Yeah.
getting goosebumps right now just remembering that moment.
It
And we
wasn't
couldn't have
even
felt that. Yeah.
that embrace was for me. Like I said, of course she would hug her, but it was when Terica kind of ran to her, like,
Yeah.
oh, got me all in my
The look on
feelings.
Brandy's face when
Yeah.
she's turned around and saw Terica. Go back and look at that look on her face. Okay? All right. Moments.
Especially by who delivered her. That her mother
Exactly.
delivered her daughter to her is the biggest shock.
Mm, mm, mm. And while we're talking about Bishop, one more thing. Harriet, Harriet, you are amazing. Do y'all like, okay, as an actor, do y'all see the level of character and just acting nuance that she has and that she brings to this character? Like, there is a there's a style to this character that she plays. It has like a very delicate line of a heightened poetry, but a depth of like the street realness. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And the way that
Hmm.
she walks that line and plays that character is mwah, brilliant. Flowers, flowers.
Anytime when I see a character that evokes an emotion, and sometimes when we don't like a character, you don't recognize how brilliant the acting is behind it because you're that they've made you forget that they're an actor. You know what I mean? They've made you
Yes.
forget that this is a
Mhm.
role. But yet, no, if you look at her body movements, like
Everything.
there's something
Yes.
about the way that she moves her body when she is like I'm telling you, it's everything about this woman is interesting, right? Is absolutely interesting. Um, yeah, I love that Black Canvas said to follow her to see a real dancer's life. She reminded me of all of my older relatives meshed together. The saints and the sinners, huh, Queen? The saints and the sinners. Uh, this role is tailor made for her. Listening to interviews of Brandy, her life is very reflective of that character. Yeah, I haven't seen so my experience with P Valley has been with you all. You know, I watch the show. I don't read any of the blogs. I kind of want to just come here as a blank slate. Sometimes people's theories will throw me off. Um, but I just come and see what comes up with you all. So I have to go back now and enjoy the interviews and see other stuff, you know, other people's perspectives on the show. It has been such a fun ride going through this with you all. You know, Shamika gave me a chance to do what I love, which is talk about TV
I'm so
and the
glad you said yes.
storylines. And you've been just amazing. And I'm just so proud of you and the work
Thank
you're doing.
you.
I'm proud of watching you stand up in your opportunities and with such grace and such ease. I don't know what it feels like on the inside, but outside it just looks like an ease that is like I am in my groove. And it looks really good to watch. It's really fun to watch. So
Oh,
um,
thank
keep it
you.
moving.
Thank
Remember, this is a
you.
step. This is just,
Okay, yes,
we don't
yes.
live on steps. We don't live on the steps.
I
We
keep
move
looking
on.
for a mic to drop. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
dropping mics.
Yeah.
Because
Thank
we're
you
not
so
going to
much. I'm
have
always
this.
here.
Read that. I was going to read that because we don't have what you guys say in Instagram once we close it out. But I just want to read this. Star shut down. Hey, Star says, Shamika and Cherie, I want to give you both your flowers. Thank you so much for being so dedicated this past two Wednesdays. You two don't know how much my life has changed. Thank y'all. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
saying that. And
Thank
thank you
you.
all for coming and holding this space with us. Mm, mm.
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. P Valley continues with a new set of paint staff and employees. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The dancers past their prime makes room for new talent. The Pank is gonna be on fleek next. I said on fleek. Are we still saying that? Are we
We
still saying
can.
that? I
I'm
did.
known to just keep, I will keep using words. Exactly.
I just learned it, so I can't let it go so fast.
Wait, you
Um,
just learned
yeah,
fleek.
yeah, they're talking, they're giving Brandy her props, doing all of this by living her life. These kind of people, like when you see someone, and I don't want you all to. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. When you see somebody that is shining, that is bright, that is doing their thing, don't separate yourself from them, right? Like it is that you can recognize, like, and I'm talking specifically when you see how amazing Brandy is in her real life and how dedicated she is to her craft. It's like I'd like to identify with that. I identifying with the greatness in all of us because it's what connects us all. Our greatness connects us all. And so if you start to, I know that you can do that sometimes and pedestal people like if only I. Somebody has said before, if only I wish I knew. In your live with your acting coach, there was someone who said, "I wish I was as committed to something, or I wish I loved something as much as it looks like you love, that you love acting." And I'm like, cultivate that. That doesn't come out the blue. Like cultivate your greatness. When you see someone who is going, it looks like what they're doing is extraordinary. Cultivate the extraordinary in you. Cultivate the extraordinary in you. That doesn't just come out the blue. It is a she's been practicing being Brandy. She's been practicing stretching and building the muscle, the mental, emotional, and then physical muscle to be who she is. We have to keep cultivating that in ourselves. And so I that's what I said. This is why I love talks like this because when you get to the heart of it, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because in my innate, like what can be separated from me is my desire to shine, my desire to express God. And we all have different ways we express it, but that we have to express it is just fundamental to all of us. And you have to cultivate that in you, believe in that in you, and then let it in you. Let it. So I'm inspired by our time together, and I appreciate you all. I appreciate the fair fans, Shamika. I love your people. I love, I love it. I
Yeah.
saw some Sora love on here. Shout out to the Deltas out here who are supporting you. I love how y'all loving one another. She said, shout out to all my stores doing amazing work on the show, Devastating Divas. Yes, yes, yes. I listen, I applaud. Y'all know I rock blue and white, but I'm applauding. I'm loving.
Yes,
Um,
Divine Nine. We love everybody. Divine
yes,
Nine.
all love.
Yes, please.
All
Yep.
love. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been awesome. So Shamika, we'll talk about what's next. Like let's play again together.
Yeah.
This is a fun play. This is a fun play group.
I recorded it. She said it here. It's going to happen. We are going to continue to have some conscious conversations. Like I said, my plan is to always have a conscious conversation attached to whatever I'm working on. And it's just another wonderful opportunity for us to come together and hold this space of love and light together and to kiki and do all of that great stuff
Mhm.
together. So we will definitely be doing it again when we have the opportunity. These past few Wednesdays have been just amazing. And I'm so grateful. My heart is full. Absolutely. Yay.
Yay, friend.
Well, I hate to say this, y'all, but
Mhm.
this
Y'all
is
need to have random lives. I would definitely do it. Oh my God, we'll be back. Listen, we'll be
you
back.
guys. We'll be back, okay? Just stay tuned. Follow
Oh,
us.
hey,
Do y'all
Sarah.
follow?
What's up, Lloyd?
Yeah,
Uh,
there you
uh,
go. Come on now.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yes, yes,
Okay, wait.
yes.
Somebody
Oh,
wrote something long.
yeah.
Let me to read it. I have to read it before we go. Oh, it's Diamonds and Pro. Okay, Diamonds and Pro says. Okay, just one more. Okay, Shamika and Cherie. I have enjoyed you both and the interactions from all the fans. I can't wait to see on the big screen Farah for season 3. I wish you both love and light and continue to be. You got cut off. ENC. Incredible.
Encouraged.
Encouraging.
Encouraged.
Encouraged. Yes.
Wait a
Thank you,
minute, there was
Star.
something I wanted to say really quickly about.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
What?
So
Yes, come on.
we've been shouting out one another,
Encouraged.
shouting out the actresses. You guys
Correct.
who've been showing up and coming into these conversations it's been so much fun.
Bum,
Oh
bum,
my God,
bum,
I've
bum.
done lives before, but never this much fun, never this much passion. And I just and the ones I know that some of them I'm jacking up your handles or whatever, but thank you. Like you've been so much fun. This is you bringing out so much fun in us. I think that we're a good team together. We're a good team.
Yes, for your leave reviews on imdb.com, and Rotten Tomatoes. Leave reviews. Let them know you want us to come back. All right. Okay, you guys. I'm not going to keep going on and on. Hello, goodbye. We're going to have to do this. We're going to have to say goodbye to all my Pink Posse friends. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And I'll be seeing y'all around. All right. Love you.
Take care,
Bye. And don't
everybody.
forget, your dreams matter.
Hey, hey, that's a word.
Hmm. All right.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. Bye, Facebook and YouTube.